Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Ben Begley, host of Guilty Movie Pleasures on Popcorn Talk with my buddy Jesse McIntosh. You can actually click either here or here. There's a link that will take you to our episodes, and specifically an episode we did this week where we actually got to talk to the director of the film I'm talking about today, The Hunt, Craig Zobel. He dropped by, he tweeted at me an hour before we did the show and said, I'm half drunk, I'm down to talk about it, and boom, it happened, because the internet can be a magical place when it's not being an awful troll den. Anyways, let's talk about The Hunt. It was a movie that got canceled by a tweet from the president. It then got canceled by a pandemic, and now it's out on VOD and you can rent it for $20. And I know a lot of people that are like, $20 is a lot of money. But if you were stoked to see this movie and you're not able to for months until it's released to buy, support the film. It's a relatively low budget, independent horror comedy, so support it. It's $20. Get your friends to chip in or something. I don't know, just support the movie. Don't torrent it. Don't be an asshole. The Hunt. It was first marketed kind of as more of a horror, like Saw type Purge movie is what I thought when I first saw it. And then the new marketing campaign really leaned into the comedy. And after seeing it, I can tell you that this movie is ridiculous in the best way possible. It makes fun of both sides. Nobody's right or wrong. They're both insane. It's showing how both sides of the political spectrum, the extreme liberals and the extreme right and extreme conservatives, can both be completely out of their minds. And it's bonkers from the minute it starts till the end. So if you're one of those people that's like, no, I like the movie, but it was boring, this movie will not bore you. It never lets up. Betty Gilpin is my hero. She's incredible on Glow, and she has so much nuance in this action heroine performance that she has these bizarre, bonkers things that she does that when we talked to the director, he called it the baby dinosaur take, where it meant just be weird and have fun. And there is so much of that in this movie, but it works because she grounds it in this reality and in this pain of this character. So the basic premise of the movie is these 12 strangers end up in a field and they're being hunted by the liberal elites. And they call it Manorgate, kind of like Pizzagate, you know, with this like absurdist alt-right conspiracy theory that turns out in the world of this movie is real. And they're getting picked off, and Betty Gilpin is there, and she starts picking off the liberals. Every death in this movie is absurd, and the violence is always done to the point where you know that the filmmakers are trying to make it absurd and not grotesque and not making you queasy. It's silly. One of the first deaths that happen, a girl jumps in a hole and she gets spiked, and then they help her out of that, and then they step on a landmine and the bottom half of her body blows off and she lands right back on the spikes again, just now with no lower torso. So if you're taking that kind of violence seriously, this isn't the movie for you. It's completely absurd, but it has enough of a really, really dead-on social commentary about the danger of extremes that it works. It's not supposed to be taken seriously. It's not supposed to be this uppity social satire that, you know, you'll study in film class, but it's also not supposed to be this like brutal horror film either. It's just supposed to be a midnight movie. That's from the director's mouth. We heard him say it. He wanted to make a midnight movie that you could go and laugh and have fun with, and that is exactly what this movie is. So if you've been thinking of watching this, but you're like, I don't know, I think it's going to be too biased for one side or the other, this is an equal opportunity making fun of every side. It makes fun of the extreme right, it makes fun of the extreme left, it makes fun of cancel culture, it makes fun of just our pile-on mentality on Twitter and how corporations react, just knee-jerk reaction to any kind of thing that comes up on the internet. So it hits all these social beats within one of the funniest movies I've seen in recent memory. It reminds me of the kind of gore and humor of a movie like Shaun of the Dead, Cabin in the Woods, You're Next, those kind of horror comedies that have an absurdity to them. The action scenes are awesome. There's a fight scene in the end between Hillary Swank and Betty Gilpin where the two of them throw down for 7 minutes, and it is badass. It is great. Let's face it, we all need something light. Everybody's so extreme and angry. So let's just laugh at everyone. So tell me what you thought of The Hunt. I'm not going to do any spoilers yet. I might do another longer spoiler review at some point. Maybe have a Hunt movie watching party with your buddies remotely and live tweet me what you thought about it. That's it for me, Ben Begley. You can follow me at the Ben Begley on Twitter and Instagram. Follow our podcast at Guilty Movie Guys. Check us out. We're going to be going live every Tuesday remotely from the quarantine of our house. Until next time, stay home and stay safe. And what is your guilty movie pleasure?
Hey Popcorn Talk fans, if you like this clip, be sure to check out the link in the description below to see the whole episode. Also, we'd appreciate it if you'd like this video and comment your thoughts. No matter what you're a fan of, we have a show for you. See you at the movies!